Oh, hey. Okay. Here, let's put this over here. And I didn't advertise everywhere, just the two places and then X real quick. Okay. So, super secret stream, number 14. And what I'm doing is I am continuing to work on the door visualizations. So, let's pull this guy up. And why? Okay, I should be over here. Reload. Now let's check chat. Chat. There's no chat. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Okay, let's pull this back up. Okay, there we go. And action. Okay. So, uh, I don't know if there's a couple people in here, maybe. Then again, maybe not. Let's close that. Clear that out. But, so these are going to represent the doors, and they're going to be across the bottom bar there, but I have to figure out how to position them. Now, I got Grok to help me out by making these in the first place, and now, see, color rect. Do we have like a position on the H box? H box. Create a new H box container if needed. Either know it can H box container was removed. Custom size alignment. Okay, so all right, I'm just gonna play around with some where is okay, there's that. I'm gonna play around with some of the values, the positioning values, just to see if it affects it at all. So what if I make this 50, and all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and like reload it, reload save scene. Okay, so I can just move this. All right, that's actually pretty simple. So let's go to panel size Y, and let's do that. If panel position 0, okay. So if there's no panel there, I guess it this is something that Grok kind of came up with. So that save scene. That's 0. Okay, that's 0. It looks like 10. It looks like the same as 10. See, minus minus 50. Minus okay, minus 60. See, okay. All we're gonna do here is we're going to reload save scene. We're gonna look. Does it put it up? It does. Uh, panel size. All right. Oh. What? Okay, so what's kind of weird to me? Okay, so I can actually make it go up and down here. Okay, project scene, reload save scene. So how come panel size Y is down below? That is because the origin is right here, I think. Okay, so did it set the origin? I'm only here for an hour, about approximately an hour. Uh, we'll say 10. Was it? Wait a minute. No, no, no. 11, 11:15, 11:15. Oh, an hour and a half. Okay, so I'm gonna hear an hour and a half. That's fine. Um, and then 11:15 my time. I'll get off. I'll probably take a shower and then I'll head to bed. Um, so let's see. My sound's coming through. Should be coming through fine. Um, okay, so let's think for a second. Okay, so what I need to know is I need to know where. So the origin. I need to know the origin of the panel. So resize panel. Set the panel's position to align the room's origin with the center and the separator. What if I change that? Okay, negative separator Y. Why is I see? So the thing I don't understand here is, okay, let's do something here. Set up visuals, panel, border, solid block flat. Okay, that's fine. Add child, VBox container to hold the labels. Size, control, size, shrink, center. Each separator new. Add child. Where is the position of the separator though? Okay, resize panel. Is name label height plus separation. Separator's top edge relative to the V box. I presume this is like a few pixels or something. Um, name label height. So if it's at 0, it's actually placed in the separator down below. Size panel. Font, load monolith space font, calculate the width, define the padding of the border, set label sizes. That's still your width. Total panel size. Set panel size. Center view box container within the panel. Okay. Find the room's origin with the center and separator. So in effect, you're moving the... So the separator starts at 0, and then it pops down here to be underneath the name size. So this, like this little dealie, and then like underneath it, and then so then you're moving the panel up. Set the panel's position to align the room's origin with the center. Separator. Oh. Anyways, so I mean I get the sort of the idea of why it's placing it below, why is the panel size, why. So the panel is a certain width, but it's actually moved up. So when you do it, and it's doing it from the center. So the origin is at the center. In other words, this is the center. Okay, we go panel size, the center. What you need to do is you need to subtract the separator. I see. Now, the only question is, how do I get the separator? I think I have to get it, because it's called something. Where is, let's see something here. It's getting name label, name size. Total height. Okay, I'm gonna call in Grok because I know what to do and I kind of know how to do it sort of, but I'll end up kind of like screwing it up. So basically what you have is you have the name height and you got the separator size and then whatever padding is around it and everything. Um, that's total height though, but vbox dot get theme constant separation. Interesting, vbox. Where's the vbox? Vbox is the vbox container. Okay. So get theme constant separation. So it's getting the separator size, um, the name size, and the separator size. Okay, name size and separator size. Uh, where do you get the? Okay, so where do you get the name size and where do you get the separator size? So name size equals name label dot get minimum size. Separator size vbox get node get. Okay, so the vbox is passing through, so the actual box is passed through it, right? So update door visuals. Huh. Does this call resize panel or does it? It doesn't call resize panel, does it? Anyways, it kind of doesn't matter. What matters here is I need to get that size. I need to get the name size. I need to get the separator size. Okay. Let's just get theme constant here. Flip symbol. Returns a constant from the first matching theme in the tree if that theme has a constant item with a specified name and theme type. VBox, VBox, VBox. Room manager, room viewer. Do I have a room node somewhere? Actually, this is the room node. Okay. Um, that's not what I want. Hmm. Wait, this should be an. Oh, I see. That's node 2D. This is node. Okay, I'm gonna pull up Grok here. Select all. Copy. Um, total height. Okay. I'm gonna do something before I. All right. Well, let's not do that just yet. Actually, uh, I don't even know if anybody's chatting in here because you might be. You might. Oh, hello, Robert Sprite. I didn't see you there because I have the stupid thing covered and um. Here, let me do something. I'm going to reload this. I didn't have the chat up, so and I wasn't up to date, and this was covering the whole thing, which I don't really want it to cover the whole thing. I'd rather have it. Oop, I keep forgetting. For some reason, the Redot editor and the Godot editor is slow when I'm or over a browser or something, when I'm streaming or when I have all this junk running. I guess I'm not really sure why, but Robert, welcome to the stream. It's super secret stream means it can happen anytime, any length of time. Tonight, I think I'm going to be able to do about an hour and a half. So right now, I'll probably be quitting at 11:15, which it's just about 10 right now. So it's going to be actually an hour and 15 minutes from now. So um, anywho, um, so I'm gonna actually pull up Grok here, and I'm gonna have to actually cancel my X Premium because it's costing money, and I don't think, even though I do use Grok a lot, I don't think I'm getting that much more value than if I use the free. If I'm using free, I probably use multiple AIs. Um, anyways, new window. Uh, shrink that. Anyways, so sorry to anybody that comes in. Well, you probably won't even see this what I'm saying here, unless you come in here or unless you're actually already listening. But apologies if I don't respond sometimes. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to Grok, and let's go to my previous chat. Okay, it's Sunday evening, and I'm doing another bit of development before tomorrow, which is my normal day. So I'm looking over the room code, and I realize why the door visuals sits underneath the panel. Please acknowledge. I always have to say please acknowledge to the AI because otherwise it'll start saying a bunch of stuff, you know. And actually, I probably should have said don't say anything until I ask you for it because it has a tendency of just giving you a bunch of crap. And so I usually have to wait. I'm like, wait, I'm not that far yet. Um, yeah, May the Fourth be with you. Okay. Um, yeah. So, Robert. Anyways, if you're still in here, let me know. If you're not, that's fine, I guess. I guess maybe because I didn't respond quick enough. So again, apologies for that. Uh, okay, let's put this back up. Um, okay. Now let's go back to this. And let's shrink Grok down a little bit so that I can go and click on it whenever I need to. Uh, it's not a major issue, and you probably should have picked it up. So I wanted to align the origin with the center horizontally and the separator vertically. So it's like the name label plus separator dot height. So if you place the visuals at panel size dot y, then it's going to place lower than the it's going to place that much further down. Don't give me any code yet until I ask, and I'm probably just going to ask for snippets. Please acknowledge. Okay, I have to get it to just to say it acknowledges that, you know, blah blah blah, so that it just doesn't take off on me. Hmm. Identify the reason sits underneath. You explain that set of visuals, you align the room's origin with the center of the panel horizontally and the separator vertically using name label. So the panel is positioned that Y is offset negatively. This means that setting the door visuals container to position the panel size Y places it further down relative to the room's origin rather than have it at the panel's bottom border. I apologize for not picking this earlier. I should have noticed the panel's offset affecting the position. I'll refrain from providing code until you request snippets as per your instructions. Okay. So, okay. I guess I'll go ahead and um well, okay. I guess I'll go ahead and select all, copy, and here's the room script as it is now. I just simply changed the visual position to the panel height -0 so I could see what was going on. Control V. Oh, do I have an artist for my game? No. No. Probably be doing some initial stuff myself. However, I'm not to a point of using graphics just yet. Um, right. Analyzing the positioning issue. Okay. 10 pixels down. Okay. Fix the positioning. Replace the positioning logic. Okay. With this snippet, which accounts for separator route. That's actually fine. Copy. Separator right, set of visuals is a vertical offset of the separator relative to the V boxes. Thus, panel position Y gives us the offset we need. Uh, then use -10. Okay. Yes, that's fine. And this whole thing is actually here. Copy. So I go to the positioning logic, like it asked. If I can find out where that's at, uh, that's this one. Control V. Okay, and actually need to. Let's just go ahead and return that, and let's do. Oops, okay, right there. And this has to be tab. Uh, okay, what's. Oh, yeah. What? Okay, what's the problem here? Why is. Oh, it's just being slow, I guess. Okay, so. Okay, so everything should be working, and all I have to do is to check it. Reload, save scene. Perfect. Perfect. That works. Just fine. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this is because I decided that I would any development that I did on my game I would be on stream. So sometimes I'm gonna do these like after work streams, after day streams, whatever you want to call it. Um, and sometimes I won't, and sometimes I'll just be they won't be like the full time during the day like I normally do. So hopefully hopefully I can get to the game next week sometime, maybe, or starting tomorrow, maybe. Uh, the next thing I need to do is to test with 9 doors. So I'm going to create a new location and then add 9 doors via the door specs and see how it to see how the door visuals work. Creating a location, yeah. Door specs. Yeah, I have to save it. Right. Okay, expected behavior. See, it just gives you a bunch of stuff, you know. Try to add 9 doors program act. Um, no, I will do this manually since I'll be making all the doors manually. So give me a few minutes and I'll get back to you with the results. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and place these out here like this. And I don't know if anybody's watching still or anybody's still here. But see, they each have a door, right? I'm going to actually add a new room. So add room. Okay. New location. And we'll actually put this down here. And we can label it new location here. Testing the doors. Okay, now let's go to the door specs. And honestly, I wish there was a way to actually put here how to do this, but I have to remember I have to remember the door specs thing here, but ch colon what? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the array, there's 9 of them, and this corresponds to 1 through 9 because it's 0 through 8, 0 offset. So the choice number is actually going to go ahead and be the one above. And 0, as far as the keyboard goes, is always quit. So um, just colon uh, 0, 0, 0. Well, what am I doing? 0, 0. Or 1, and we'll go ahead and just enter. Okay. So these aren't going to actually create them until I save it. So to actually create the doors, I have to actually save the room. So okay. H1 2 next. So what did I put here? Just door 1. Okay, door 1. Door 2. And Control C, and wait. Let's go ahead and put the. You don't strictly need the semicolon. I actually put it in before, and I don't actually use the semicolon anymore. But I decided just to go ahead and do that here. Okay, so this is going to be 9. This one will be 9. Okay, you can tab it. Okay, 2, right, or 2. What am I thinking? Okay, tab, door 3, there's 3, tab, 4, choice 4, 5, 6, 6, tab, 7, 7, tab, 8, 8, Now, hopefully that works. And actually, we can go ahead and Control S. That doesn't actually save the room data. This will save the room data though. So save. Okay. So presumably it saved the doors, but however, it did not create the doors. So okay, so that's going to be okay. Well, let's reload save scene to see if it did everything okay. Oh well, yeah, that kind of works. Uh, and this is a weird thing here. In fact, okay, we're gonna have to do something about the width, I think. These aren't all the right size and everything. So I'm gonna have to create a screenshot. So let's go to the screenshot tool and let's go do a selection. Let's copy or take the screenshot. Okay, copy the clipboard. And before I do that, um, that's not what I want. Let's go ahead and run GIMP. Okay, that's good. Because I'm actually going to test here. Close. Create from clipboard. I forgot this does this weird thing about pasting and stuff, but I don't need a paste or anything. I just need zoom. And actually, I didn't think about it. I need to set the thing to 1:1. So actually, I don't know if this will be 10 by 10. See, this is 11 by 11. This one is 10 by 11. This one is also 10 by 11. Okay, so let's go to Grok. How do I um, set the viewport zoom to one times in the editor? I meant editor, not editor. But see if you can tell me. Editor. Let's see if it came up with anything. Top right corner of the zoom percentage. I don't see it. I don't even see the magnifying glass tool. Hmm. Distraction free mode. I don't see the zoom controls. Use zoom reset. I don't actually see any move, rotate, scale. That's not what I want. That's okay. No, I don't want to have the scene. I just want to zoom in. Where can I zoom in here? Oh, I see it. I see it. My mind was just blocking it out because I'm too used to seeing it. Okay, 100%. Okay, so this, okay, 100%. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to close this. Discard changes. Cancel this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a screenshot. Screenshot. Okay, take screenshot. So now it actually looks correct here. Copy clipboard. Create from clipboard. Zoom. I can just, I guess, plus it, huh? Shift plus. Okay. Okay, okay, so these are 20 by 20. They're actual 20 by 20 pixels, which is cool. And actually they look correct. So I was seeing them being off because of the scaling deal. They're exactly in the middle. They're exactly the correct size. Okay. Okay. All right. This works kind of, but okay. So let's see if we can get Grok to help out here. And all right. Okay, so doing a here. So here's the screen grab. Screen grab. It looks correct. However, they seem to be spaced a little too close. I think they need to be spaced out a little more to cover most of the width of the panel. Same size, but positioned across the bottom with maybe a little bit of space on the left and right sides of the first and last door node visuals. Actually, before I have it do it, I want to see about doing it. So because it did do it, actually did it appropriately. So okay, update door visuals. Update door visuals. Okay. Get children. Kind of what? Okay, we got that. That's fine. Panel width. Okay. Panel width divided by 2. Oh, that's the HBox container. Okay. Door and doors. Visual size. Minimum size. Where is... Huh. It creates them. I don't see where it's positioning each one. Position, position. Is there anything about position in here? Okay. Scope 2. Okay, let's keep going up until we hit okay. Let's be 584. Container position. Well, that's weird. Okay, so let's go ahead and reload save scene. We'll just copy this and then let's go back to Grok here. One thing of note is that position of each of these seems to be 0, 0, even though it's showing them spaced 1 pixel apart in the center. Here's here's the output. the room of note is just new location or 0 new location. One shift enter, control V. Enter. Okay. Oh, it's trying to render. But I didn't do. Did you get my last text and screeny, or do I need to repaste them? It occasionally it does this weird, stupid thing where it assumes that I want a because I put image. I think I have to remember to not say image. No location. They space too closely and need to be spread out across the panel's width with some margin on the left right. You also mentioned that the color rect nodes position log is 0, 0 despite appearing 1 pixel apart in the viewport. I'll proceed with addressing. Um, okay, so how come? So where do they get positioned at? Because I didn't see that in door visuals. It doesn't seem to change the position. I mean, I didn't see. Okay. I'm active at HBICE container, which is why update visuals doesn't explicitly set their positions, and log show door visual for each node. Automatically arranges the children horizontally in a row. Its positions container separation property. Okay. Default separation property is typically 1 pixel in readout setter, which is why color rect nodes appear 1 pixel apart. Set to so the group is centered within the H box's width, matching the panel's width. You want the color rect nodes to be spaced out more to cover most of the panel's width, with a little space on the left and right sides of the first and last nodes. Let's break this down. You want a small margin. Okay. 564, the nodes occupy 180 pixels. There are 8 gaps between 9 nodes, so each gap should be 48 pixels to evenly distribute the nodes across the available space. We can set the separation property to 48 pixels to achieve this spacing. This will be the color rect nodes 48 pixels apart, spreading them across the panel's width with 10 pixel margins on each side. Add the following line after H box alignment to just separation property. Copy. Insert this snippet, then if not H box and not doors is empty. Okay, so HBox alignment, box container. Okay, HBox alignment. Okay, I get it. Okay, so let's just do that. Um, okay, go ahead and reload save scene. Okay, 2D. Okay. All right, I'm going to, that worked. Actually, almost worked kind of the way I wanted to, but instead of 48, let's see if I can margin, pixels on each side, available with after margins. Okay, so it's doing it programmatically, which is good, which means I might want to um, I could say 20. Okay, that looks okay, but I want to tweak it a little further. The lock icon overlaps the first visual, so I want it to be, I want the margins to be a little more than 10 pixels. Uh, on each side. Maybe, uh, maybe I should do it myself here. Let's see something here. Um, what if I do 20 first, and let's save it, and let's reload it. Save scene. Okay. And okay, so then what if we change it to 30? I'm just gonna keep tweaking it, I guess, until it looks right. And reload, save scene. That's about right. Let's do it a little bit more. Let's make it 32. 32. And reload save scene. It does look a little bit off. but that clears it about. Okay. Here, let's do it a little bit differently. Let's make it 40. I think what am I doing? I think I'll make it 40. Let's go ahead and just make it 40. 40. And let's go ahead and go to 2D and let's go to reload save scene. Now, I guess let me grab a screenshot. Cancel. Take screenshot. Copy clipboard. Close that. Discard. Create clipboard. Okay, and then plus, plus, plus. We're gonna just do it like a selection. Oop. That's 40. Okay, it's all right. That's 40. That's 40. Actually, that's perfect, honestly. Oh, wait. It's not necessarily perfect. Okay. In fact, let's just keep on checking it, checking it. And this is just one to one because when it's zoomed in or out, it won't be like that. Well, well, that's perfect, actually. Okay. Display changes. All right. Awesome. So that's actually looking the way I want it to now, as far as where it's at. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and okay. And oh, quit that. Okay. Spring Rock up. Okay, so I fine-tune the margins. Fine-tune the margins to 40 so that it would clear the lock icon at least um, to the point I was zoomed out. So it's looking okay. Now, um, So, based on your analysis of the conversation thus far, would you say I don't really need to detect when the mouse goes in and out of the viewport, since locking the H-box and making the doors invisible seem to exhibit the functionality I was looking for. See, I don't need to do that fancy viewport in and out thing. Okay. It's just saying I acknowledge because I always say please acknowledge, and really what I'm trying to get it to do is to say, okay, I received your input, now I'm waiting. And but then when I ask it a question or whatever, um, it says I acknowledge or whatever. So it's kind of annoying, but it's just the way it works. Okay. You asked whether, based on our conversation, you still need to detect those since you want to disable interactions between door and color rect nodes in the viewport while allowing interactions seen to have. So you plan to disable the processing when the mouse enters the viewport, so you can only move the room nodes in the viewport and re-enable processing leaves door nodes were to be invisible. Color rect nodes initially of door need to remain visible. Visible door nodes, the doors nodes are set to visible false, and doors GD enter tree, making them non-selectable and non-draggable in the viewport, while still accessible in the Scene tab, an inspector for property editing. Locked door visuals container. Color rec nodes are now the children of the door visuals container. HBox container, which is the child of the room, is locked using preventing selection and dragging of the color rec nodes in the viewport. This effectively disables viewport interactions with the door visuals while the room itself. Scene tab, inspector access. The door nodes and door visuals container are still accessible in the scene tab and inspector. You can't interact with the door nodes, they're invisible, or the color rec nodes, they're unlocked. You can drag the room via its panel, which matches your goal. You can select edit door nodes, which aligns with your requirement access. You likely don't need to detect when the mouse goes in the viewport as your current subbar achieves perfectionality you're aiming for. Yeah. Mouse was initially proposed to dynamically disable processing. Few scenarios might seem less dynamic interaction changes, visual feedback. Steps would be necessary. Future update features. Recommend skipping the mouse interleave for now. You can always revisit it later. Okay. Okay, so we can scrap that as I've reached that goal. Okay. You don't have to acknowledge me every time I ask a question. Only when I say something that seems to be a statement rather than a question. And you can reply with just an acknowledged uh, or yeah. So please acknowledge. Please acknowledge. Acknowledged. Good job, Grok. Okay. This makes things simpler because sometimes I don't need advice or anything just at the time. Let's see what it does. Does it say acknowledged or does it give me an answer? Or if it does it say anything else? Let's see what it comes up with next. It's probably taking a long time because the conversation is getting long. Once it gets to this certain amount of tokens, um, it gets sluggish. Now it claims that it may forget some of the earlier parts of the conversation, but usually that's not really what happens. What happens usually is it gets sluggish, and it gets so sluggish eventually that it kind of times out and just doesn't do anything. Okay, so I'm going to need different colors assigned to each door. Actually, that's not what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I'm going to need it to update whenever I save the room data. Otherwise, I won't know the if the doors are there until I hit reload. So um, so I'm guessing all I need to do at the end uh, of the save room data function is just a call to update your visuals. Is that correct? Let's see. Let's see if it gives me a big long answer. Although it kind of might because that's kind of what it's been doing. But each time I keep on asking it to see, it's going to give me some stuff, but not very long. So at least it's following that. It's making it kind of short and succinct. Okay. So yes, adding a call. Oh, almost time up. I got 15 minutes left. Doors update immediately after saving the room data. Okay, any changes to the doors array without needing to reload the scene. You can add this call right after the JSON data is written and the file is closed, ensuring the doors array is up to date. Okay. All right. So let's do that. Let's make that happen. And all right. What do I want to do? Save room data, door strings, choice, ID. Right. right after file close, so we're gonna say room dot update for visuals. And we are going to go ahead and click this 2D scene, reload, save scene, just to make sure that there's no errors or anything going on. Okay, there's not. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's click on new location. Let's go to door specs and we're going to remove a door. I don't know how this is going to affect the spacing. It might look weird. It kind of doesn't matter. Enter. Okay. And save room data. Awesome. Very awesomely awesome. Save room data. I might add a hotkey to save room data too, so later. That is looking good. That is looking good. Very awesome. Now let's see if I can. And let's just go ahead and save it. There we go. And they're back. Okay. So next we need to do is the multiple colors. Um, Alright, looks good. Now, I was gonna say, I've not tested a room without doors. Actually, I can just do that right now. Tested a room without doors. Should anything happen if I save a room without any doors? Would I still see the H box block icon? I'd probably still see the block icon because it would still be created, I think. Save room with any doors. Here we got doors array is empty. The existing H box is removed and freed along with the color right. Oh, that's right. Because we remove it and then we Okay, awesome. No new. Okay. You won't because it has no doors. Okay, cool. Okay, so what I'll actually do is I can test it my own way. Okay, let's kind of zoom this out and let's go ahead and add a new room. Okay, where's the new room? And let's actually put this like over here somewhere. And we'll go ahead and save it. But let's go ahead and we'll say save room data. Okay. Okay. These are errors. This is fine. Okay, that's new location. Okay. Removing door to Enchanted Lands 1 from. Wait a second. What's it removing? Oh, it creates the new door. That's right. Okay, that's all right. Okay, after Hubert home should be create doors from specs. There's no door. Okay. I should go ahead and kind of rename these here. Um, I should go ahead and create. Uh, Here, let's do the thing here. You know the thing. Um, New location 1. We're going to door 1. Okay, door to door 1. Copy. Oop. Paste. Door 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and save room data. And actually, let me go into the. Let's go into the deal. Let's go into the rooms here. Okay, I'm actually calling it door 1. It's not a door. It's a room, but so new location. Something. Okay, so there's something wrong here. No, there's nothing wrong here. That's right. It would be new location 1 because new location exists. So I'm leaving this by itself as it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do here with these is I'm going to copy all of these. I'm going to copy them and I'm going to call it new thing, each new thing. Okay. All right, so 11 on the E7. Okay, let's not worry about that right now. In fact, I'm not going to worry about that probably for the almost the rest of the night. But the one thing we're going to do, okay, okay, looks fine. Um, I'm going to need to assign a color to each. This might be something that needs to show up in metadata, by the way. Let's see. Okay, looks fine. I'm gonna have to, I guess, maybe go ahead and call it a night because I gotta go take a shower, and I also gotta do, gotta do my update, so that I can put it in the next room update, which will be on Saturday, basically. So I'm going to push it. I need to go now, grab a shower, and head to bed. Looks like we did some decent work today. And tomorrow I'll be back on from about 11:30 a.m. my time until about 3:30 p.m. my time, with a half hour break in between or something of that nature. So I will talk to you then. And if it says acknowledge, it's fine because uh, it shouldn't, but it might. It might just say acknowledge, which is cool. You know. Glad we made good progress today on your readout 4.3. Space. I'll be here tomorrow. Be back. We can have our break. We can pick up the next feature like drawing lines between doors or any other task you'd like to tackle. Okay. Thank you. I also wish they would be able to. It's kind of weird though. I don't know. I wish they'd figure out a way. They want to make it to act more like a person. The one thing is conserving of information. In other words, not like repeating itself a lot, and not really divulging a lot of info unless you ask for it, kind of thing. Um, and then the other thing, I mean, I can tell it to do that, but it should automatically do it. And the other thing is, when I say stuff like thank you or I say like a one word line or whatever, it should be able to automatically come back with a reply, like an instant reply. But what it's doing is it's going back through all the conversation and then it's doing this full process to kind of like redo the conversation to be able to come up with the next dealing. It should have a few things in there that sort of defines parameters that says, okay, you need to do this when something comes up. Pop out with this kind of sort of semi-generic, but to a point where they can kind of tailor it so that goodbye, Keith, you're welcome. That should not have taken a minute or whatever it took to come up with that. Anywho, it looks like I'm about done here, and so what we're going to do here is I am going to do a quick recording showing what I did, and I'm going to do it while on stream, and then I'm going to end the stream in a few minutes. So thank you for watching, and let me do this little dilly before I actually officially exit. Okay, so I'm going to start recording now. So it is Sunday, May 4th, 2025. I'm doing another super secret stream. And what I got done today is you can kind of see what I got done today. So basically, uh, before I had the script. Okay, let's go to um, okay, let's go back here. Uh, back over here. There's this one deal here. It was sitting underneath, and all I did was I moved it up because basically it wasn't taking this into account. This is the origin right here in the middle, so it was pushing it further down. So now it's back in the center. Here, let's go do 100, and then you can have up to 9 rooms, 9 choices or doors, and there's 9. They're spaced equidistantly. They have margins on left and right because the little lock icon is not transparent, and so it's kind of gets in the way. But that's kind of like a necessary annoyance. And then I can still all I do is I just I move this. I can't do anything with the H box, right? And thus I can't. Now I can select these, but I can't see only by their parents. See, I can't actually move it. Well, it's actually has a thing where it's moving it. So I might should. Well, I can't do that. I can't lock it um, without the little lock button showing up, and they'd be like cluttering it up. So that's something I have to kind of deal with as well. But so there you go. And I can still, I can still I can still select it, right? So I can still change it in the editor if I want to. I can still delete it. So that kind of works. And then if I want to watch this, okay, so let's delete everything. Oh, let's delete it all. I don't want to create a door. Hit enter, save room data, and what do you got? What do you know? We got 4 equidistant doors nodes. And what if I do the same thing here? Bada bing, bada boom. And there you go. And just Control Z, and then I resave the room data, and it puts them back the way it's supposed to. So that's what it does, and looks like I made some decent progress today, and I'll see you the next time. Okay, so thanks for anybody who stopped in, anybody who's watching, anybody who's listening. Uh, we had one visitor, Robert Sprite, and I don't know if he's came back or what, but he's apparently hasn't responded, so I don't know if he's still watching. But if if you are, thanks for coming by. If you're not and you see this later, thanks for stopping by. Anyways, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Thank you for watching.